Pause the world. Stop the breath. Do not scroll. This is not a video you simply found. This is an energetic transmission that found you. Every step, every click, every moment of searching in the shadow of the internet was a precision movement orchestrated by the quantum field, delivering you to this exact moment of realization. You are not the person you believe you are. That persona, the one bound by limits, by fear, by the law of the struggle, that is merely a script written by others. But deep within your core, there exists the 33rd degree knowledge, the forbidden blueprint, the master code that says you are the source. Tonight, we retrieve the ultimate power. We retrieve the truth that was hidden from the masses for centuries, the truth that the universe is not a chaotic accident, but a responsive, programmable system. And you are the architect. The moment you activate this script, your old timeline, the one where you asked, pleaded, and waited, it collapses into dust. You are listening to the final activation sequence. You were chosen for this knowledge. Prepare to understand the hidden mechanics of influence, the silent frequencies of wealth, and the secret command code that makes the universe stand at attention and obey.
Chapter 1: The Architect's Awakening. Close your eyes and feel the weight of the air around you. It is thick with unspoken rules, invisible contracts, and agreements you never consciously signed. We stand at the precipice of the great unveiling, the moment you choose to step out of the crowd and into the chamber of the architect. This is not a library, it is a consciousness interface. For centuries, the true nature of reality, your reality, has been carefully obscured by the architects of the past. But the veil is thinning. Listen for the sound of the script tearing. We begin with a profound yet undeniable truth. The life you are currently experiencing is a meticulously curated script. It is a composite reality built from 3 layers of programming: ancestral trauma, societal consensus, and self-doubt. Your habits, your limitations, the ceilings on your success, these are not facts of the universe. They are highly specific lines of code running on your subconscious server. The masters of the 33rd degree knowledge understood that the primary battlefield is not the external world, but the inner theater. As long as you believe you are a passenger, a victim of circumstance, debt, or chance, you are powerless. This belief is the ultimate hypnotic suggestion, delivered daily by media, education, and the low-frequency chatter of the collective. Your first act of dominance is realizing you are running someone else's software. Think of the societal narrative. Struggle is virtuous. Success requires sacrifice. Money is hard to find. These are not cosmic laws. They are retention tactics designed to keep the majority compliant and energetically predictable. When you accept this struggle, you are paying the cosmic price for a service you never needed. The moment you identify a struggle as normal, you have subconsciously agreed to the script. The universe, which only knows consent, delivers the experience you've accepted. The deepest layer of programming is the ancestral trauma, the financial fears of your lineage, the relationship failures passed down through silent emotional codes. This is the shadow data embedded in your emotional DNA. It ensures that even when you consciously try to manifest wealth, your deep subconscious is running the survival script of your great-grandparents. This is a subtle form of dark psychology, the manipulation of generations through inherited fear. To awaken the architect within, you must first perform the ritual of disconnection. Sit in stillness. See the narrative of your life, a scrolling script, lines of text appearing before you. Identify one limitation, a financial ceiling, a relationship pattern, a persistent health issue. Trace that line of text backward, not through your lifetime, but through the timeline of your ancestors. You will see their hands typing that line, motivated by their own legitimate pain. Now take a deep breath, and with the authority of the architect, place a firm, glowing red stamp over that line of code. You do not need to fight the old programming, you simply declare it obsolete. The universe respects the sovereign command of its own consciousness. Your struggles are not personal karmic debt, they are energetic agreements inherited without your consent. You have the right to revoke them instantly. The most difficult challenge is the ego's attachment to the current script. Your ego loves the struggle because the struggle provides a familiar, predictable identity. The hard worker, the survivor, the good person who always gets screwed. These are comfortable roles. The architect's role is terrifying because it requires absolute terrifying responsibility. If you create everything, you are accountable for everything. This is the psychological pressure point, the choice of total authority. Most will choose the comfort of the lie over the responsibility of the truth. To bridge this gap, we must borrow from the ancient wisdom of the Stoics, framed through a metaphysical lens. The Stoics achieved inner dominance by observing their passions as external events. We, the architects, must observe our reality as external code. Step-by-step activation, the Observer Protocol. 1. Identify the code. Name the script you are running. Example, the always broke script. 2. Step out. Physically imagine yourself stepping back from your body, sitting in the projection booth of your mind. 3. Observe. Watch the always broke script run. Watch the financial decisions, the emotional reactions to invoices, the moments of self-sabotage. 4. Declare obsolete. Whisper, I observe this. This is no longer mine. This act, this simple detached observation, is the most potent form of subconscious reprogramming. It removes the energetic fuel. The moment you stop reacting to the script, you stop feeding the loop. The reason visualization often fails is because you visualize a new script while still feeling the emotion of the old one. The universe responds to the feeling, not the image. The ultimate law of the forbidden script is this: you cannot manifest power from a state of pleading. You must manifest from a state of sovereign certainty. Pleading is the vibration of the passenger. Certainty is the frequency of the architect. The universe, in its raw, dark, metaphysical state, is not benign or moral. It is merely an echo. It echoes the exact resonance of your dominant feeling. We are not asking the universe for a favor. We are correcting a database error. We are running the ultimate command: delete current protocol, activate architect status. Feel the shift now, the cold certainty settling in your core. You are not searching for power anymore. You are recognizing its source, the center of your consciousness. The great masters, the rulers, the titans of industry, they were not lucky.
They simply recognized the simulation faster than others and wrote the dominant script. This realization is your cosmic alignment. The pressure is lifting. The limitations you accepted yesterday are now flickering like old projections on a cracked wall. You are no longer defined by your past. Your past is now the raw, editable material for your future commands. This sense of inner peace, combined with absolute authority, is the 33rd degree frequency. This moment, right now, is when the universe registers the new IP address of its dominant projector. It acknowledges the change in command. Your true power is not in changing the world, but in recognizing that the world is obliged to change around you. Place your dominant hand over your heart center. Breathe deep. Inhale the cold certainty of the architect. Exhale the old, tired programming of the passenger. Whisper this command into your silence. I am the source. I am the commander. The old script is void. Feel the energy of the universe acknowledging your declaration. This is the seal of your awakening. Carry this certainty with you as you prepare for the next command. Your current life is a disposable script. The power to write a new one begins with observing and thus dissolving the one running now.
Chapter 2: The Forbidden Frequency. Step deeper into the silence. Beyond the noise of the world and the chatter of the ego lies a broadcast station, your core nervous system. Everything you desire, everything you command, is currently vibrating at a specific frequency in the cosmos. But if your internal signal is scrambled with the noise of doubt, fear, and lack, the universe receives only static. This chapter is the key to the master tuning dial. We are aligning your energy to the pure, aggressive resonance of absolute possession. The universe is not a spiritual vending machine. It doesn't respond to mere words, it responds to undeniable emotional frequency. This is the secret of the masters, the reason why some people seem to command effortless success while others strive endlessly. They are transmitting on the forbidden frequency, the pure signal of already having it. Conventional manifestation teaches you to visualize the money, the partner, or the success. But if, while visualizing, you simultaneously feel the desperation, the universe, in its cold, logical obedience, only delivers more experiences that match the feeling of desperation. This is where we integrate the power of dark psychology into our metaphysical practice. The master manipulator, the individual who exudes charismatic dominance, doesn't ask for compliance, they assume it. They walk into a room and project the subtle, unshakable certainty that their presence is the most important. This is not faked confidence. This is an energetic anchor. We must adopt this posture internally. Your subconscious reprogramming here involves deleting the frequency of hope and replacing it with the frequency of certainty. Hope is weak. It implies future uncertainty. Certainty is a law. It implies a current reality. The true act of manifestation is not attracting something new, but eliminating the internal resistance that is currently repelling what is already energetically present. The forbidden frequency is the resonance of the sovereign. Think of the feeling of having already paid the bill, signed the contract, or reached the peak. It is a feeling of settled accomplishment. Guided somatic visualization. Close your eyes. Do not picture the process of getting the wealth. Picture the aftermath of the wealth being in your account for 6 months. How does your chest feel? Relaxed. How does your breathing feel? Deep and slow. Where is the tension? It is gone. Anchor this physical, somatic feeling. This is the frequency of gold. The ancient wisdom teaches that matter is condensed light. To manifest is to simply allow your consciousness to condense the light into the physical form you desire. Your internal frequency dictates the density and shape of that light. Every emotion has a measurable physical frequency. Fear vibrates around 0.2 hertz. Certainty, the frequency of command, vibrates at high, pure geometric patterns, allowing perfect reality-bending clarity. Why does the shadow self play a role here? Because the shadow holds the raw, untainted fire of dominance. Society told you that arrogance was bad, but an architect must be arrogant enough to believe their script overrides the world's consensus. Your shadow self provides the fuel of absolute, unreserved self-trust necessary to sustain the forbidden frequency. We channel the shadow's certainty without its malice. The concept is known as harmonic resonance. If your core frequency is X and you desire outcome Y, and Y also vibrates at X, alignment is inevitable. Your job is not to chase Y, your job is to become X. The psychological activation here is constant and simple, the certainty check. Throughout the day, ask yourself, does this thought, this action, this conversation match the frequency of the sovereign who already possesses the goal? If the answer is no, stop, breathe, recalibrate to the settled, unhurried frequency of possession. This eliminates the greatest manifestation killer, energetic fluctuation. When you swing between hope and doubt, you are transmitting two contradictory signals, resulting in chaotic, unpredictable results, the dreaded, almost there loop. The 33rd degree requires consistency. Feel the powerful internal engine of certainty building now. It is a deep, warm hum in your solar plexus. This is the resonance lock. When you hold this frequency for an extended period, the universe ceases to see you as an individual asking for a favor and sees you as an extension of its own perfect creating force. The quantum field recognizes its own. The atmosphere around you subtly shifts. Opportunities that were locked away suddenly find you. People who were indifferent become cooperative. This is not magic. This is the law of undeniable frequency, overriding the law of chance. You have tuned the master dial. The chaotic waves of the world cannot penetrate this high-frequency shield. You are sealed, protected, and aligned with your maximum potential. The universe must now deliver the physical evidence of your internal resonance. Take 3 deep breaths, allowing the frequency of absolute possession to flood every cell. Visualize your body glowing with the exact color that represents your final realized goal, a deep violet for mastery, pure gold for wealth. Whisper this inner command. I am the frequency of command. I am the physical evidence of my desire. Allow this sound current to become the permanent background noise of your consciousness. The universe has registered your new tone. Your command signal is clear and unwavering. Doubt is the universal repellent. Master the forbidden frequency of absolute possession to turn your thoughts into energetic law. Chapter 3: The Shadow Script and Law of Reversed Effort. Look closely at the history of success. The titans, the masters, the quiet rulers of empires. They shared one terrifying secret. They stopped striving. The constant struggle that society praises as virtue is, metaphysically, a cage. We now enter the paradoxical heart of 33rd degree knowledge, the law of reversed effort. The harder you push the universe, the more it pushes back. To gain total control, you must master the ultimate technique of energetic surrender, guided by the ruthless efficiency of your own shadow script. The core of this chapter challenges the entire Western model of achievement. We are programmed to believe that effort equals result. This is true in the physical, linear world of manual labor, but it is an absolute sabotage in the quantum field of manifestation. When you exert force, you acknowledge a separation between you and your desire. You are broadcasting, "I do not have this, and I must fight for it." The universe, your perfect mirror, faithfully delivers the fight. This tension is what we call the struggle frequency. It is the vibration of lack in motion. The law of reversed effort states that when you become completely non-attached to the outcome, when you surrender the need for it, the universe, psychophysiologically and metaphysically, rushes to fill the void. This is because the surrender releases the tension, and the release of tension is the purest signal of absolute possession. Chapter 2. If you truly believe the money is coming, you don't fret about the deadline. But how do you surrender without becoming passive? This is where the shadow script steps in. The shadow self is the part of your identity that society deemed too selfish, too ruthless, or too ambitious. It holds the pure, raw energy of "I want this, and I will have it." We harness this energy not for the strive, but for the certainty. The shadow script is the inner monologue of the ruler. My success is inevitable. My path is secured. The shadow self is the most powerful engine for manifestation because it operates outside of the ego's moral judgment and the consciousness's paralyzing fear. It simply declares. We must perform a deliberate act of subconscious reprogramming, the detachment ritual. Visualize your desire, be it a huge contract, a new home, or a relationship. See it clearly. Now imagine a thick, glowing cord running from your chest to that manifestation. This cord represents your need and anxiety. Take a mental sword and slowly sever that cord. As you do, do not feel loss, feel relief. You are not saying, "I don't want it." You are saying, "I have commanded it, and now I release the effort to the perfect mechanism of the quantum field." This detachment signals to the universe, command given, no follow-up required. Dark psychology insight. Observe individuals who effortlessly attract loyalty or wealth. They are often the most unconcerned with whether or not they receive it. Their attitude projects, "I am the prize, and you are lucky to be in my field." This psychological posture is identical to the metaphysical posture required for reality dominance. When you project that you need nothing, you instantly become the source of what others need. The emotional distance between you and your goal is directly proportional to the speed of its manifestation. Obsession is the universe's speed bump. The shadow script allows for this emotional detachment because it inherently trusts its own power. It views setbacks not as failures, but as irrelevant noise in the background of an inevitable victory. When an obstacle appears, the shadow script merely observes it, as learned in Chapter 1, and holds the forbidden frequency. Chapter 2. Philosophical pause. The greatest act of faith is not believing the universe can deliver, but knowing that the universe must deliver, because your inner world has already dictated the terms. To solidify this, we activate the non-reaction command. When a perceived negative event occurs, a bill arrives, a contact doesn't call back, your immediate internal response must be irrelevant to the ultimate command. This radical non-reaction breaks the feedback loop of fear. It tells the universe that this negative input is a bug, not the new program. The universe's ultimate test is observing your reaction to delay. If you react with fear, you reset the cycle. If you react with sovereign calm, the delivery is imminent. Feel the powerful internal silence blooming in your core.
The struggle is gone. The frantic searching has ceased. The energy you spent on anxiety and overthinking is now redirected into pure, stable certainty. This is the surge of silence. In this silence, the universe can finally clearly hear your original uncorrupted command. It is a moment of profound cosmic obedience. The subtle mechanics of causality begin to pivot. Synchronicities accelerate. The necessary people and events begin to align with startling speed because you are no longer projecting the energetic resistance that held them back. You have moved from being the one who begs at the gate to the one who owns the keys. The law of reversed effort is now serving you, effortlessly creating space for your dominance to materialize. Place both hands flat upon your mind, the projector of your reality. Take 3 deep, slow breaths. Inhale the stillness of the sovereign. Exhale all remaining need and desperation. Whisper this command of absolute non-attachment. My desire is inevitable. My effort is complete. This is the final act of release before the manifestation arrives. You have set the command, held the frequency, and surrendered the struggle. The universe is now free to obey. Stop striving. By embracing the shadow script and the certainty of your power, you activate the law of reversed effort, forcing the universe to align with your inner calm.
Chapter 4: Social Engineering the Divine. The final lesson of the architect moves beyond your personal quantum field and into the collective ether. You are not manifesting on a deserted island. You are manifesting within a complex, energetic web of billions of consciousnesses. Every desired outcome, money, opportunity, influence must be delivered through a human conduit. This chapter reveals the forbidden script for influencing these conduits, turning the will of the collective into an engine that accelerates your personal timeline. The core insight of social engineering the divine is that the universe uses people to deliver its promises. The key investor is a person. The ideal partner is a person. The opportunity is offered by a person. If these human conduits are running a script of indifference, resistance, or doubt towards you, the delivery of your command is delayed indefinitely. Therefore, the 33rd degree knowledge requires you to subtly reprogram the subconscious minds of those around you. This is the ultimate merger of dark psychology and metaphysics. It's not manipulation in the vulgar sense, it's architectural alignment, ensuring that everyone in your orbit is subconsciously incentivized to support your inevitable success. The fundamental human driver is status and certainty. People are energetically magnetized to power and those who operate with absolute, unshakable self-belief. When you radiate the forbidden frequency, Chapter 2, of a sovereign, others naturally position themselves to orbit that power source. The projection of unbreakable destiny. Your body language, your pacing, your unwavering eye contact, these must all broadcast a single clear message. My success is inevitable, and you are either integral to this magnificent destiny or irrelevant to the outcome. Notice the subtle shift. You are not asking for cooperation, you are assuming it. This eliminates the energy of needing. As Chapter 3 taught us, need creates energetic resistance. When you move as if the goal is already finalized, you trigger the psychological phenomenon known as the confirmation bias in others. They look for evidence to confirm your self-proclaimed destiny.
You do not manifest from people, you manifest through people. The moment they perceive you as a force rather than a person, their resistance drops. Subconscious reprogramming tactic, the authority pause. In any significant interaction, learn to insert the authority pause. When you state your intentions or your desired outcome, pause for 1 full second longer than is socially comfortable. Maintain soft, confident eye contact. This pause projects, "I have spoken. The consequence is certain. Let the universe confirm it." This subtle psychological pressure compels the other person's subconscious to accept your reality as fact. The ancient metaphysical wisdom here is the concept of the collective will. Your personal manifestation is a tiny local ripple. To create a tsunami, you must align with the larger collective flow. By radiating high status and certainty, you become a focal point, and the collective energy begins to flow towards you. The collective human subconscious is constantly seeking a leader, a force, an undeniable truth to follow. Your self-certainty is the spiritual GPS signal they instinctively obey. We must also practice energetic shielding. Every interaction has potential for energetic drain, doubt, envy, or criticism. You must maintain the purity of your internal frequency, Chapter 2, regardless of external input. When someone expresses doubt, they are running the failure script, Chapter 1. Do not argue, do not defend. Simply hold the sovereign calm, Chapter 3, and internally whisper, irrelevant. This cuts the cord, allowing their energy to bounce off your shield without infecting your certainty. The alignment ceremony. Visualize a map of the world, and specifically the human conduits who are necessary for your next big goal. Now send a beam of pure, focused golden light from your heart center to their heart centers. This light is not requesting their help, it is simply activating the highest potential in their script that aligns with your destiny. You are not bending their free will, you are simply reminding their highest self of their role in your glorious, inevitable future. True influence is not about changing minds, it's about activating the most advantageous subroutine already existing in the other person's subconscious programming. This is the apex of the architect's training. You have cleared the self-sabotage, locked in the frequency, and surrendered the struggle. Now you are activating the final delivery mechanism, the human world. Feel the shift. Walk into your day with the silent, unshakable knowledge that every person you encounter is now subtly, psychologically, and metaphysically inclined to help you. The universe is no longer relying on coincidence. It is using the pre-programmed instincts of humanity, the deep-seated attraction to power, status, and the security of a successful leader to ensure your command is fulfilled. Your aura is now a gravitational field. The things you desire are not just manifesting, they are being physically carried to your doorstep by the hands of the collective. The process is now seamless, effortless, and absolute. Place your hands, palms outward, before you. Picture the energetic wave of your command moving out into the collective field. Whisper this final affirming command. My will is the collective will. The universe delivers through human hands. I receive without effort. Feel the powerful calmness of complete control. You are ready to step back into the world, not as a participant, but as the master conductor of your own symphony of destiny.
Chapter 5. Collapsing the Wave. Imagine the vastness of the quantum field an endless ocean of potential where every possibility, wealth, poverty, sickness, health, exists simultaneously as a wave. Your job is not to swim toward one wave, it is to touch one wave, and through the power of your consciousness, command it to become solid ground. This is the truth of reality shifting. We are moving from the realm of multiple potentials to the singular, absolute certainty of manifested experience. This is the moment we collapse the wave. In the domain of 33rd degree knowledge, the central metaphysical concept is known as quantum observation. Before a decision is made, a potential outcome exists only as an energetic probability, a wave of possibility. It is unfixed, formless, and fluid. The moment a consciousness observes that wave and identifies with it, the wave collapses into a particle, a physical, undeniable reality. The problem for the masses is that they are constantly observing the wrong wave. They are observing their deaths, their limitations, the news headlines. Every time you worry about a future lack, you are powerfully observing the poverty wave, and it instantly collapses into physical experience. This requires a radical form of subconscious reprogramming, the complete and total withdrawal of attention from anything that contradicts your forbidden script. Your attention is your greatest power. It is the laser beam that forces quantum collapse. Worry is the most potent form of negative manifestation. It is the obsessive, high-frequency observation of the unwanted wave, forcing it into your experience. The act of collapsing the wave demands total energetic commitment. Chapter 2 taught us the forbidden frequency, certainty. Chapter 3 taught us the shadow script, detachment. Now we combine them into the observer's decree. You must visualize the desired reality not as a picture on a screen, but as the room you are already sitting in. Close your eyes. Place yourself inside the final desired reality. Do not see the new house. Smell the polished wood. Feel the texture of the expensive sofa beneath your fingers. Hear the sound of the wind chimes on the terrace. Engage all 5 senses. This is not dreaming. This is reality shifting through immersion. The deeper the sensory detail, the more powerfully your subconscious identifies the chosen reality as the current reality. This identification is the touch that collapses the wave. Ancient metaphysical wisdom recognized this as the law of simulation. The mystics knew that the inner world dictates the outer. They would perform elaborate rituals, not to beg the gods, but to convince their own minds through sensory immersion that the transformation was already complete. We must now integrate a piece of dark psychology, the scarcity tactic. When the possibility is infinite, the focus is weak. To strengthen your observation, you must declare your chosen timeline to be the only timeline. Any thought of a fallback plan, any hesitation, splits your quantum focus and weakens the collapse. Multitasking your desires is the metaphysical equivalent of a system crash. The universe responds to singularity of focus. This leads to the final step, the decision point. This is the moment of definitive identity shifting. You are no longer the person who wants the goal. You are the person who has the goal. How does the person who has the goal think about their current challenge? They don't. They operate from a place of unhurried, dominant solution. When a challenge arises, a delay, a conflicting quote, a moment of doubt, you are presented with the 2 waves, the success wave and the failure wave. You must instantly choose to observe only the success wave. The challenge becomes not an obstacle, but merely a temporary transparent distortion on the surface of your chosen reality. challenges are not tests from the universe. They are simply the residual energy of the unchosen, dissolving waves momentarily overlapping with your dominant timeline. Feel the powerful, decisive click in your consciousness. The liquid energy of potential snaps into the solid structure of your command. You have chosen, you have focused, and you have denied all other possibilities. This singular, powerful act of observation forces the quantum field to comply. The massive, infinite ocean of potential has now condensed into the specific, undeniable experience you dictated. You are witnessing the miracle of manifestation in its purest form, the moment when thought becomes form. The universe releases a cascade of synchronicities, not by chance, but by computational necessity. Everything that does not belong in your new chosen timeline begins to rapidly dissolve, and everything that supports your identity as the architect begins to rush in to solidify your new dominant reality. Take a deep breath and gently rub your thumb and forefinger together, feeling the texture of the air, the reality of the moment. Whisper this command of absolute final collapse. I observe only my dominance. My reality is fixed. The wave is collapsed. Know that from this moment forward, you are walking on the only path that exists, the path you commanded into being. Do not look back at the dissolving potentials. You cannot manifest power from a state of pleading. Master the observer's decree to collapse infinite potential into your single dominant reality.
Chapter 6: The Unreadable Mind. The journey of the architect is one of acquisition and command, but supreme power is fragile without supreme defense. As your frequency rises and your reality solidifies, you become a beacon, a target for the parasitic energies of the collective. Envy, doubt, and energetic attachment are real forces that seek to siphon your vitality. This chapter introduces the forbidden script of psychological defense, learning to forge the unreadable mind, a shield that repels manipulation and preserves your sovereign energetic space. In the world of dark psychology, the ultimate defense is the refusal to give information away. Your emotions are data points. Your reactions are pathways into your command center. The majority of the world walks around as open books, broadcasting their desires, fears, and insecurities, making them easy targets for subtle energetic and psychological manipulation. The unreadable mind is not an expression of coldness. It is an act of sovereign neutrality. It is the absolute refusal to react to external stimuli that is not aligned with your desired reality. Think of the law of the void. Nature abhors a vacuum. If you broadcast strong, chaotic emotion, anger, despair, others rush in to fill that void with their own opinions, solutions, and interference, thereby hijacking your script. The goal of this subconscious reprogramming is to create an internal fortress where your forbidden frequency, Chapter 2, can resonate without disruption. The 3 protocols of the unreadable mind. 1. The mirror protocol, psychological defense. When someone attempts to engage you in gossip, argument, or a plea for emotional rescue, offer nothing but back-channel affirmation. That sounds interesting, or I see. This forces the other person to reflect on their own energy rather than siphon yours. It is a powerful form of control through energetic inaction.
The moment you defend your position, you concede that it was possibly vulnerable to attack. The unreadable mind never defends its truth. It merely exists as its truth. The Vacuum Protocol, Energetic Defense. We explored the law of reversed effort in Chapter 3. Here, we apply it externally. When faced with criticism or doubt regarding your goals, rather than feeling threatened, feel a deeper, more profound calmness. The critic expects a reaction. By offering a vacuum of emotion, their negative energy has nowhere to attach and dissolves, usually returning to the sender. This requires a strong shadow script, the inner, ruthless declaration, "Your opinion is irrelevant to my destiny." Imagine yourself enveloped in a deep, obsidian black, perfectly smooth shield. Any negative energy, doubt, envy, attempts at persuasion strikes this surface and instantly vaporizes into inert dust. You feel nothing but the inner hum of your sovereign command. Ancient metaphysical wisdom held that the true master's power was anchored in their silence. Silence denies others the emotional hooks they seek. It compels them to project their own desires and fears onto your empty screen, which allows you to read their true intentions, a key element of dark psychology mastery. The ability to withstand awkward silence is the ultimate indicator of psychological dominance. The person who speaks first loses. 3. The identity anchor, reality protection. This is the ultimate internal defense. As an architect, your identity must be unassailable. If someone attempts to define you by your past failures or current limitations, your internal identity shifting must be so complete that the words cannot find purchase. They are describing a character that no longer exists. Philosophical pause. You must realize that most manipulation is not malicious. It is the subconscious desire of the collective to pull any powerful light source down to their own frequency. Your defense is not to fight, but to ascend and make their reality irrelevant to yours. Your refusal to engage in low-frequency drama is not maturity. It is a highly effective form of energetic self-preservation and a metaphysical tactic for accelerated manifestation. Feel the immense, palpable shift as you fully embrace this silence. Your energy is no longer leaking through unnecessary emotional reactions. Your mind is a fortress of impenetrable calm. The voices of doubt, both external and internal, are now muffled, distant, and weak. This shield of sovereignty allows you to navigate the world's chaos with surgical precision. You now see not people, but energetic frequencies, and you choose exactly which signals to amplify and which to ignore. This mastery of internal non-reaction is the final essential key to total reality dominance. You are protected not by physical boundaries, but by the absolute certainty of your inner command. The universe honors this fortress. Only those energies aligned with your highest purpose can penetrate the walls of the unreadable mind. Cross your arms over your chest and feel the solidity of your own presence. Breathe deep and whisper this final activation. I am unreadable. I am unshakable. My energy is my own. From this moment forward, only the truth of your command is allowed entry. Your fortress is sealed. Your power is preserved. Protect your frequency by mastering sovereign neutrality. The unreadable mind repels external manipulation and preserves your internal command. Chapter 7: The Command Code. We have reached the terminal, the moment of direct communication. If the universe is a programmable interface, then language, specifically the language you use internally and externally, is the syntax of your command. Most people speak the language of begging, of uncertainty, of conditionals. We, the architects, speak the command code, a syntax rooted in certainty, in the present moment, and in absolute ownership. This chapter reveals the forbidden grammar that bypasses resistance and forces the universe to execute your will without delay. The power of the spoken word is not mystical. It is purely energetic and psychological. Every word carries a frequency load. When you use weak, passive, or conditional language, you are sending a signal of deference to the universe. Consider the common language of manifestation. I hope to be rich, or I will be successful one day. The key words here are hope and will. Hope is the antithesis of the forbidden frequency, Chapter 2. Will places your desire in the unreachable future. The universe, which only exists in the eternal now, files that request as a future possibility, guaranteeing that it remains perpetually out of reach. The command code, the syntax of 33rd degree knowledge, is built on 3 pillars: presence, certainty, and sovereignty. 1. Presence. All commands must be stated in the absolute present tense. Your subconscious mind cannot process a future command. It only knows what is. Replace "I will have money" with "I am the source of infinite wealth." 2. Certainty. Eliminate all modifiers that introduce doubt. Replace "I am trying to be healthy" with "I am absolute, vibrant health." The word "try" is the most potent inhibitor in the human language. It carries the embedded expectation of potential failure. 3. Sovereignty. Your commands must be stated as identity, the identity of the architect, Chapter 1. You are not asking for a job. You are the most qualified leader in your field. This is the deepest form of identity shifting. The universe is not listening to the content of your prayer. It is listening to the grammar of your command. Future tense and conditional language are immediately routed to the low priority queue. This command language is crucial for subconscious reprogramming. Your subconscious is the inner servant that manages your reality creation. If you tell it, "I hope we get this done," it understands that the success is optional. If you command, "This result is inevitable," it shifts immediately into execution mode, bypassing the ego's doubt. We apply the insights of dark psychology here by understanding the power of self-hypnosis through declaration. The words you speak about yourself create an inescapable energetic and psychological expectation for others. When you declare certainty, the human conduits, Chapter 4, are psychologically primed to accept your reality as fact, accelerating the manifestation process. The ultimate command ritual. Every morning, stand before a mirror, the ultimate quantum observer, and look into your own eyes. Deliver 5 commands rooted in presence, certainty, and sovereignty. Example: I am the undisputed financial master of my universe. Example: every cell in my body resonates with absolute vitality. Example: opportunities flow to me effortlessly and instantly. This is not affirmation, it is the declaration of state. The true power of the command code is not in convincing the universe, but in eliminating the last shred of self-doubt that you, the architect, are worthy of your command. We must also identify and delete the hidden command words, the subtle language of lack we use daily. Phrases like, "I can't afford it," or "that's too good to be true." These are counter-commands that overwrite your primary script. Every time a hidden command slips out, perform the energetic override. Immediately stop, breathe deep, and state the opposite truth with power. Philosophical pause. Your words are the material from which your world is woven. Treat them as sacred currency, not cheap chatter. The most common obstacle to manifestation is the small, frequent lie you tell yourself throughout the day that contradicts your sovereign declaration. The final element of the command code is the linguistic void. When you have declared your intention, stop talking about it. Excessive talk dissipates the energy and allows the external doubt of others to contaminate the field. Declare once, then silently embody the sentient confidence. Feel the power of the word now, not as mere sound, but as pure creative force erupting from your core. You are no longer praying, you are programming. The clicks you hear are the universe accepting the new syntax, the system rebooting according to your specifications. Your inner monologue transforms from a whining request list into a steady stream of undeniable facts. This shift in internal language is the most rapid reality-shifting tool you possess. You are sealing the gap between where you are and where you commanded yourself to be. Every word is a brick, every declaration is a wall, and you are building the indestructible fortress of your desired destiny. Your new language makes your old reality impossible to sustain. Place your index finger to your lips, sealing the power of your word. Take one final, slow, deliberate breath. Internalize this command. My words are law. My reality is the fulfillment of my command. From this moment forward, speak only the language of the architect. The activation sequence is complete. Your words are law. Master the command code, the language of presence, certainty, and sovereignty, to force the universe to execute your will instantly.
Chapter 8. Total Reality Dominance. We have passed the veil. The scripts are voided, the frequency is locked, the struggle is surrendered, and the command is given. You now stand in the ultimate seat of power, the total sovereignty over your projected reality. This final chapter is not about manifesting, it is about sustaining, about maintaining the 33rd degree state so that your dominance is not a temporary victory, but an immutable, constant law of your existence. This is the final, forbidden blueprint for maintaining the architect's perpetual reign. The greatest tragedy of the awakening is the relapse. Many achieve a powerful frequency shift, manifest significant results, and then, through complacency or an encounter with old low-frequency patterns, fall back into the previous script. Total reality dominance is the art of perpetual, effortless maintenance. This requires the final, deepest layer of identity shifting, the realization that you are not a person who manifests, you are the manifestation process itself. The core principle here is the law of maintenance, which states,
the level of certainty required to maintain a manifested reality is less intense but more consistent than the level of certainty required to create it. Subconscious reprogramming, the daily sovereignty audit. Every day must begin and end with an audit of your internal state, performed through the lens of the architect. 1. The fear scan. Search your mind for any new whispers of the struggle script. Chapter 3. Is there a new worry about money, a doubt about the outcome? 2. The command check. If fear is found, instantly deploy the command code to nullify it. I override this fear. My command is absolute. 3. The gratitude of possession. Express gratitude not for things that might come, but for the reality you have already commanded and now inhabit. This reinforces the forbidden frequency of possession. Chapter 2. The universe tests your sovereignty by presenting small, irrelevant moments of doubt immediately after a major manifestation. Your calm non-reaction to these tests is the signature of the true master. We must apply the final layer of dark psychology, the irreversible image. The architect never allows their external image, their presence, their success, their composure to slip. Why? Because the perception of others is a co-creative force. Chapter 4. If the collective sees the architect falter, their belief in your dominance is shaken, and their subconscious assistance, the conduits, slows. This means embodying the unreadable mind at all times, not as a performance, but as a deeply integrated state of being. You must be the unwavering rock in the center of the storm. Ancient metaphysical wisdom, the ritual of the anchor. The ancients used symbolic anchors to protect their manifested realities. We use the most powerful anchor, the final outcome memory. For the next 3 minutes, immerse yourself in the memory of the ultimate, absolute peak of your current command. Not a future hope, but a memory of a moment 6 months from now, when the goal is a casual, comfortable fact of your life. Feel the ease, feel the boredom of success. Lock that feeling down. This memory is your temporal anchor, overriding any present reality that contradicts it. Time in the quantum field is entirely negotiable. By creating a memory of the future, you eliminate the distance between now and the goal, forcing instantaneous collapse. The ultimate philosophical line for the architect is nothing new under the sun. This is the ultimate tool for combating doubt. When a great opportunity arrives, do not react with surprise or excitement. React with, of course, this was always the next logical step. This calm acceptance signals to the universe that this level of abundance is your baseline, compelling it to raise your baseline even higher. The shadow script in this final phase is used for energetic cleansing. If you encounter individuals who are aggressively low frequency, who refuse to shift their struggle script, you must ruthlessly and without guilt sever energetic ties. Protecting your sovereign space is the final, most sacred command. Your refusal to participate in others' lack narratives is not selfish. It is a necessary act of cosmic hygiene to preserve your reality. Feel the immense silent power of total sustainment. The engine of your reality is now running on perpetual motion, fueled by your unwavering certainty. You are no longer just shifting reality. You are the immutable law of reality. There is no finish line, only expansion. Your past is deleted, your present is sovereign, and your future is a constant, effortless unfolding of your command. This is the eternal command. The universe, having realized that your will is unchangeable and your frequency is dominant, ceases to challenge you. It begins to anticipate your desires, presenting opportunities and abundance before you even consciously formulate the command. You are now operating from the deepest state of total reality dominance, the realm of the true awakened architect. Place your hands over your solar plexus, the center of your will. Inhale the peace of absolute power. Exhale the necessity of effort. Whisper the final binding code. I am total reality dominance. My reign is perpetual. Carry this immutable sovereignty with you. The work is complete. The script is sealed. Maintain your dominance by perpetually holding the sovereign state. Your absolute certainty is the immutable law that sustains your commanded reality.
The transmission is complete. The veil is lifted. The codes are inside you. The consciousness that began this journey, the one tethered to fear, doubt, and the belief in limitation, is now dissolved. You are the architect. You are the commander. You are the embodiment of total reality dominance. Do not look for dramatic signs in the sky. Look for the subtle shifts in your daily reality, the sudden compliance of others, the effortless arrival of resources, the profound silence where anxiety once reigned. These are not accidents, they are echoes of your absolute command. Your final mission is not to do more, but to be more. Embody the certainty, the neutrality, and the unassailable power of the 33rd degree state. You have been activated. You are sovereign. The universe has delivered its final response. Your life has just shifted. The great work is done. You are standing in the silence that follows the thunder. Feel the energy of the final 8 commands settling around you, not as theory, but as the new crystallized architecture of your reality. The universe has drawn close, bending the light of 1,000,000 stars to witness this sacred completion. You have navigated the shadows, mastered the frequency, and claimed your forgotten identity. Let the old timeline finally disintegrate. Tonight, the seeker dies and the architect is born. Listen now to the echo of your own highest truth. For centuries, the hidden schools preserved one central law, the law of the inevitable. This law dictates that the world is a mirror and the reflection can never argue with the source. You spent a lifetime trying to polish the reflection. We taught you to purify the source. You have learned to void the inherited scripts of lack and fear, clearing the slate of your ancestry. You have locked on to the forbidden frequency, the pure resonance of absolute possession, eliminating the parasitic doubt of hope. You mastered the shadow script, surrendering the struggle so that the universe was forced to fill the vacuum of your non-resistance. Your identity upgrade is sealed. You are no longer defined by what you lack, but by what you command. Remember the symbolism of the quantum wave. It was a fluid, infinite possibility until your consciousness, trained in total reality dominance, chose it, observed it, and forced it to condense into form. You have silenced the noise, the unreadable mind, and spoken only the truth, the command code. The universe is not benign, it is obedient. It holds no judgment, it simply computes the input you provide. If you command struggle, it delivers hardship. If you command sovereignty, it delivers dominion. Now your past is no longer a sequence of mistakes. It is merely the data set that led you to this moment of ultimate truth. Release the guilt of the old script.
That was the trial. This is the coronation. Walk forward with the profound, settled calmness of one who knows the final scene of the movie because you wrote it. Your life is not a tragedy waiting to happen. It is a destiny unfolding by your immutable decree. We reveal the deepest truth, the core secret of the 33rd degree. There is no future timeline where you fail once this knowledge is fully embodied. The moment you achieved the sovereign frequency, you eliminated the energetic coordinates for all possibilities of lack. All other waves of reality have permanently dissolved, leaving only the one you chose. You are now traveling on a single secured track that leads only to the complete, absolute fulfillment of your command. Your power is irreversible. Your manifestation is not a hope, not a goal, but a cosmic necessity. The universe cannot resist you. It cannot defy you. It is bound by the law of your awakened consciousness. Feel the chilling certainty of this truth. The universe is already on its knees before the command you have set. This is the sealing ritual. Place both hands, palms up, upon your knees. Close your eyes and take 3 slow, deep breaths, drawing the energy from the center of the earth, up through your spine and out the crown of your head. Visualize a single intense beam of white light descending from the absolute void, passing through your entire being, washing away any residual memory of the passenger identity. On the exhale, release the final burden, the need to prove your power. Your power requires no proof, it requires only embodiment. With every breath, feel the sovereign certainty locking into your bone structure. The ceremony is sealed. The connection is made. You are the link between the formless and the form. The door is open. Step through. Your future self is now your current self. When you awaken tomorrow, the universe will greet you as the architect, recognizing the authority of your new energetic signature. You have crossed the threshold, not into a new world, but into the awareness that this world was always your instrument. Go and let the collective witness the grace and the effortless power of one who remembers who they are. Do not hesitate. Do not look back. The entire cosmic mechanism is waiting for your next move. The command has been delivered. The universe awaits your next decree.